I gotta tell you, watching you post and delete and post and delete and post and delete is the highlight of my day. If you post something, stand on that shit, boy. Stand on that shit. Let's get into this, right?
About me, it would have been proven. These are all false allegations. There's no facts to prove it. You'll never see my name on a statement. I've never done none of that. All the stabbings and all that shit I was a part of and the fight I was a part of, I can prove that I have that with my legal paperwork.
That is allegedly sealed.
Which it is not, but people are just very, very remedial and don't know what they're doing.
Can you do me a favor and at least attempt to spell correctly when you're trying to address us? Because honestly, when you have a spelling error, it just kind of makes me roll my eyes, and anything else is a moot point, right? So if you want people to pay attention to you, can you spell right? I tell you, bro, the fact that you're trying to call people remedial while you have a spelling error in your title of this video is astounding, right? It is just astounding. Is that what bothers you? That the people that are involved in this are probably the smartest and most resourceful people that I have ever come in contact with ever. Is that what bothers you? The Thundercons are always 10 steps ahead. So it's not your arrest record that's sealed. We have that, right? The aggravated assault, the attempted assault, I have it, right? It's your inmate record that is sealed, sir. Inmate record, which would be the grievances, any seg time, any movements throughout the corrections department. That's what we're looking for. The stuff that busted your girl out as a liar. She never beat up a chomo. She always spent 15 days in seg. That's the stuff that is sealed.
People that rock with me on my channel can sit back and be like, damn, we got common sense. This dude just told, this dude's a sex offender, this dude's a rat, and they're all clicking up to try to take down Burner. What the fuck did Burner do to them except not fuck with them?
Clearly not doing your homework. I really don't fuck with either. And you showing a 30-second, if that, clip is certainly not going to make me believe anybody's a snitch, right? Also, sex offense? Never in my life. Never in my life. But anywho, if I remember correctly, your girl inserted herself into something that was being said about another man, right? And that's what started this. Nobody wants to take you down. Just be honest. Be accountable for the things that you have and have not done. Not attempt a smear campaign just like your girl does, right? Anybody that could tell the truth about Jessica, she smears them firsthand, right? We saw it with Reese. We saw it with Mindy. We saw it with Jason. And you're just picking up her habits.
Even got mad saying, I don't fuck with Burner because I tried to get him on my podcast, but he's too big guy with his Vice interview and all this shit. People are just jealous.
I don't know that jealousy is the right word, but, I don't really give a shit what you do. Just do it honestly.
And then you're going to get on the internet and talk shit to a bunch of fucking 40-year-old weird-ass women that sit at home on Reddit all day. That shit is weird.
What's even weirder? Obsessively following those women around. No? Obsessively trying to read their conversations in private places.
Shit is weird. You guys act like you don't care about somebody, but you'll spend 8 to 10 hours a day on your phone tweeting and texting about this individual.
Who does? Who's got 8 to 12 hours a day to follow anybody around? Because I would love to be that person. Love to be that person.
All it is a bunch of people with mental health disorders that need help.
This question though, why does it have to be people with mental health disorders? Not that your girl is a whole fraud and people found out about it and they're mad. There are people that supported her, everything that she did, and then they found out that she was a fraud, right? Now, nobody would have a problem with any of it if she would have come forward and said, these stories were not my own, but instead, in her description of her videos, she specifically says, these stories are mine. That's being a fraud. Using Jason's prison stories is being a fraud. Had she just been honest about doing that, nobody would have a fucking thing to say.
There's paperwork on Mindy. There's paperwork on Pino. I promise you there's paperwork on Malik.
This is the problem that people have. You're pointing the finger over there, pointing the finger over there, while your inmate record is sealed. You don't see the hypocrisy there? And then you say you'll put them behind a paywall. Do you think, what about all the people that you called out Did they put it behind the paywall? No, right? They just put it up, right? You don't see that?
Now, one of the things that comes into question is how much time have I done? Now, people got to understand that everything is public information. I've done 8 years in prison, and for anybody that tries to second guess that, I promise you're going to get proven wrong, especially if you're going off the right information. There's nobody that can tell me how long I spent in prison besides me. I know exactly day for day what I was incarcerated for. People do not forget shit like that.
So glad you said that. People don't forget shit like that, but your girl did. But your girl did, right? I did 5 years. I did 6 years. She did 357 days. Maybe a year and a half, right? But you said this in your video. So you understand that how it could be viewed, right? And I don't think that anybody's disputing your time, because I have your whole record, right? 2011 is the first charge. 2016 is the last charge. I don't think anybody's disputing your time. People are saying your inmate record is sealed, and it is.
I'm going to break down everybody's paperwork, and I'm going to prove to you guys that everybody is either a rat or they have some kind of sex case attached to their name, or something's been going on.
You could try to do that, right? But here's the thing. You got to get full context, right? Because we could take bits and pieces of your girl shit, right? But we just prefer to put the whole thing out there. Why? Because there's nothing there, right? All those chomo fights and all the time she did in segregation and all the time she did in New York. I'm from New York. Do you think that I don't know what a PINS petition is? Come on. And I'm stuck between you knowing that your girl's a whole fraud, right? Or you didn't know and you really were completely blindsided. So either way, you become complicit.
These people are running in packs. Rats and sex offenders are getting on Reddit and clicking up and trying to take me and Jess down, which is ridiculous. If you're going to listen to information that was given to you by a sex offender or a rat, it just shows the type of person you really are.
Bro, come on. First of all, nobody wants to take anyone down. People want you to be honest. People want her to be honest, which I personally believe she is not capable of. And that is what is causing the damage here, right? Anytime something comes up that she may have to address, she deflects with Reese. Nobody gives a fuck about Reese. Nobody cares. People want Jessica to answer for why there's a discrepancy in her time. People want Jessica to answer for why Arkansas women being chained to the bed when they're in labor was outlawed in 2008. So how did she give birth chained in 2012? These are the things that people want. So no, if she just answered a year and a half ago for that, none of this would be happening, my guy. None of it. And as far as rats and pedos, homie, I don't fuck with either. So that is incorrect. And we're clicking up. No, more and more people see the issue, right? That's why you work so diligently to get that shit removed. Let me explain what you didn't think about, okay? The 6,300 people in that Reddit, right? They're still out there, bro. You got the subreddit deleted. Those people didn't disappear. They still know the truth. And the fact that you follow us around and you're so desperate to see everything being said about y'all is wild. That's wild. You know what I do about the people that talk shit? Fucking ignore them. Because I know who I am. But that shit triggers y'all. Think about why.
Here's the problem. When you get famous, people try to hit you up and they want to be buddy with you. Once you don't want to be buddy with them, they take that, get in their feelings, and they start talking shit, making up lies. This ain't the first time someone's done this to me. This ain't the second time. And just to let you guys know, I'm going to take my legal work, since you guys don't say I produce it, and I'm going to put it on Patreon for all my Patreons to check out. The Patreon...
That was my favorite one. Do you really think that you're famous? Do you really think that you're famous? Because that might be the problem. Inflated sense of self. Homie, you're not famous. You're not famous. I am sorry to burst that bubble. And I know that you're trying to be a rapper, but it's not your talent, okay? You're not famous. You have a fucking TikTok account. And if I had to guess, I would say at least a third of both of your followers, yours and your girls, are bought. And that's why you always get ratioed, right? Because bots don't interact, right? But anywho, I'm sure this is just the beginning of our conversation. So, see you soon, Bernout. And now I'll break it down a little bit for you, so pay attention. So just a heads up, Bernout, it's not your records that are sealed. We clearly have those. It's your inmate record, honey. So as you can see, grandma is where you go to like request public records, right? That's this. The problem is, Bernout, that when we did that for you, this is the notice that we received back, okay? Now I want you to pay attention to those penal codes that are listed, right? The first one is 63G-2-302, which is what you see. And then it's section 2D. Now you see it's private records, right? This is the one we're looking for. The following records are private if properly classified by a government entity, right? And then we need section D. Section D. Other records containing data on individuals, the disclosure of which constitutes a clearly unwarranted invasion of personal privacy. Interesting. Now, the second one listed is 63G, Section 2, 305, and Section 13, right? So what does this say? Protected records, right? Then we come to Section 13, records that, if disclosed, would jeopardize the security or safety of a correctional facility, or records relating to incarceration, treatment, probation, or parole that would interfere with the control and supervision of an offender's incarceration, treatment, probation, or parole. Strange. And last, but certainly not least, the final penal code is 63G-2-202, Section 1, right? Access to private, controlled, or protected documents. Imagine that. So this says, essentially, that the only person that would be able to receive your inmate record is you, yourself. So, yeah. Why is it that we could get everybody else's prison record, but not yours? That's strange. So this is what we mean when we say your records are sealed. Your arrest record isn't sealed. Your incarceration records are sealed.